Growing up, I used to think people with addictions were weak. I had a lot of people around me, a lot of family members that all struggled with addictions. And there was a lot of addiction in my family. And I used to always think that they just needed more willpower. It can't be that hard. And I've never dealt with a hardcore drug addiction, like heroin, cocaine, any of those bad addictions like that. And I'm glad I didn't, and that was also partially knowing how much addiction rules over my family. But I did get addicted to nicotine. And, growing up, my dad, he was always smoking. He was always smoking cigarettes, and I was always just wondering why he just didn't quit. And I was just thinking, it can't be that hard. You just need to try harder. You need to put more willpower into it. But I realized it's more deeper than that. And it wasn't until I actually got addicted to nicotine myself that I realized how powerful a drug can be on your mind and your body. Like it's not as simple as just quitting. It affects your whole chemistry of your body. It's like a stimulant. Like, it depends on what you take, but like with nicotine, it's a stimulant, and it gets to the point where you need it to focus. You need it to get you up for the day. The first thing you do when you wake up, the first thing your body naturally wants is that nicotine. And the first thing I do when I wake up is go for the nicotine pouch, put a few pouches in my lip, get started with my day, get some caffeine to go with it. And some people, they're addicted to uppers and lowers. I guess I'm the upper route, where I want that stimulant. I always need something to stimulate me, to give me energy. And I started with vaping, and it crept on you quick. It starts with you just take one hit and you feel that nicotine buzz, and then next thing you know, you're hitting it all through the day, and to the point where you can't quit. And it's like when you first wake up, you're feeling that withdrawals because you just slept all night. You've been going through withdrawals all night, and the first thing you do, that first hit of the day, it feels great. So it wakes you up, gets you ready for the day. But then when you're doing it for the rest of the day, you really don't feel much. It's just a constant cycle of withdrawal. Put it in, get rid of the withdrawal. And it feels like it's giving you energy, but it's really not. It's just, you're going through a constant cycle all throughout the day. You're in the cycle all throughout each day. Feel the withdrawals, put it in. Feel the withdrawals, put it in. It's just a constant cycle. So, now that I'm in that moment, I realize it's not as easy as it seems. So for the people who are watching, and they have people that are addicted to whatever substance, it's not that easy. It takes over your body. And I've lost family members. I've lost friends to addictions. And it just completely changes you. It takes over your body. And I'm a spiritual person. I believe, there's a spiritual energy that comes with it. It honestly feels like there's something taking you over. Like there's something inside you that you can't get out. That's fighting you. Because every time I would try to quit nicotine, it's like all these, it's kind of like, having these voices telling you need it. It's not good for you, but you still got these little things talking to you in your mind. It literally takes you over. It takes over your mind. Like anytime you try to quit, it's just voicing saying in your head, you need it. But really, it's a battle that I'm still in myself, and I'm getting to the point where I am going to try to quit here soon. And I've tried many times. And every time you try to quit, the longer you're in addiction, the harder it gets. You would think it'd be easier the longer you do it, the easier it'd be to quit. But no, the longer you're in addiction, the stronger it gets. And every time you try to quit, it gets even harder and harder. The first time I tried to quit, it wasn't really that bad. And then I gave in and did it again. And then the next time I tried to quit, it was even harder. The first day I quit, it was a few days I lasted. And then I got drawn back into the addiction again. And then The next time, I can barely last a day until eventually you get to the point where you try to quit, and then an hour later, you're already wanting to do it again. Like I said in my last video, like, it got to, it's to the point where when I was vaping, I would try to throw the vape in the trash, and then, an hour later, I'll go back and do it again. It's like when you try to quit it, as soon as you try to quit it, you say, I'm going to quit it. And you're like, I got this. But then as soon as the withdrawals start to come in, your mind starts changing. You start saying, I need it. I don't know if I can handle it. And it's just, you feel like you're being taken over. Like, honestly, like you're being possessed. So it's a really hard struggle, but you can get through it. I can get through it. And I know that I'll get through it. I know that God will give me the strength to get through it, but it is hard. You have to go through some, a hard time. It's a hard time to get through because you're so used to it, especially when you've been doing it every day. It's really hard. Like, your body's so used to it, and then there's all that fighting you to quit it. It's honestly like being sick. You have to get through the sickness, and that's what I'm going to try to do here soon, is try to get through that sickness and fight the inner thoughts, because it's not just fighting the body, the feeling of the withdrawal. It's fighting your mind, all the thoughts taking over, trying to get you to do it. Like I said, I'm spiritual. I believe like it's the enemy trying to take you over, trying to keep you from breaking it. But like I said, at the point of this video is, if you know anybody that's dealing with addictions and any drug, it's not as simple as it seems. It's not as simple as just quitting, especially with the more hardcore drugs. It's even worse, going through mad sickness, and you just want to get rid of the sickness that it causes. But anyways, yeah, they're not weak. It's just they made a bad decision with something really powerful, very powerful force that's very, very hard to get out of. And luckily, I never got into any of those bigger drugs. I've had my moments where I was close, but I'm glad I made the right decision. I didn't make the right decision with nicotine, but at least I didn't go further. And I'm thankful for that. But I am going to keep praying and try to have strength to get through the battle I'm going through right now, and be free, totally free of all addictions.